Popcorn, robotic explorers, farmers, and zucchini. Alright, so this is our first video of what happened this day in history. And we're kind of excited to, start doing this show. We don't really know how often we're going to be releasing videos, hopefully a couple days a week. Okay, so the first thing we wanted to talk about today was in 1991, on August 8th, some students at Stanley Community College in North Carolina, they set a world record by filling this container with 5,438 cubic feet of popped popcorn. That's a lot of popcorn.
3 weeks later, a British theater broke the record by 541 cubic feet, I think. I think it was 541, right?
Yeah. There's such random numbers, like 541, something, and 38. But the British always beat us, though. It's annoying.
Anyway.
It is also Farmers' Day in Tanzania.
In 2001, the robotic explorer Genesis launched. It was gathering solar samples, I think it was samples of solar wind or something.
Yeah, it went to a place where basically the gravitational pull of the sun and the earth was equal. And so then it was like gathering the solar flare, the particles from the solar flares between the sun and earth.
It collected all of them successfully, but then it crash landed in, where was it, Utah?
I think it was the southwest. Somewhere in the desert.
It crash landed due to a faulty, what was it called? I forgot the name, but it's basically kind of like a parachute, but it's a inflatable something that inflates and it slows it down. It's kind of like a secondary, it helps slow the thing down, and then due to a faulty mechanism or something, that didn't inflate, so it hit really hard and it broke apart a bunch, but they were still able to collect part of the solar samples, although most of them were destroyed.
On August 8th in 1999, Tish, the oldest goldfish in captivity, died in Yorkshire, England.
A 7-year-old had one Tish at a fair in 1956, and he stayed with the family till his death.
That is so mind-boggling to me. Like this goldfish from 1956 to 1999.
How does it survive all the moves and everything? Have it on the seat next to them, all right, buckle up.
And also, we don't know how old Tish was when, this 7-year-old little boy won him at a fair. He could have already been however many years old. That's crazy. 43 years, I think. At least. Yeah. We will now have a moment of silence for Tish.
That's long enough.
We were supposed to have a long, sad moment.
Oh.
I do feel bad. If Tish's owners are watching right now, we're very sorry that your fish died. Okay,
Today is also Sneak Some Zucchini Onto Your Neighbor's Porch Day.
August 8th in 1792, Joseph Whitby, along with John Puget, they started this exploration of what is now called Puget Sound, and they were trying to find the Northwest Passage, I believe, for trade, and so they started near Juneau, Alaska, and they started going down in boats and everything, and so they discovered this, I think it was on June 2nd in 1792 that they discovered Deception Pass and the largest island in Puget Sound, which they named Whidbey Island. And that's interesting because we lived there about a mile from Deception Pass for like 15 months or something.
That was only 2 years ago, so.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
In 1963, there was the Great Train Robbery.
15 men basically tampered with they were planning this for a couple years, but they tampered with the signals on the train system, the railway system, and basically stopped the train, took it over, and like they had trucks set up. They stole 2.6 million pounds back then, which is equivalent to 49 million pounds today, which I looked it up. It's almost $76 million in today's money. That is so amazing. Like, why would they even be carrying that much stuff on a train? Okay.
Unfortunately, most of them were captured. Say something about that.
That would be fortunately. I mean...
Unfortunately, well, you kind of relate. I mean...
Well, yeah. It was really well planned out, but they didn't plan it out enough.
Okay, whatever. Fortunately, well, it's London. I mean, if they were stealing from American people, that might be. Sorry. Sorry, UK.
He's not
you
serious.
Okay?
It was really well planned out, but they, obviously they shouldn't have been stealing 2.6 million pounds.
They made a couple mistakes.
Yeah. They were hiding out in a farmhouse, and the police did this huge dragnet thing, like, around the whole area, because they figured out somehow that they had not gone more than 30 miles away. I'm not sure how.
But it was so perfect.
It was not quite well enough thought out. And that wraps up our episode for today. Thank you for liking and commenting on this video, and please subscribe. Stop.
Oh, sorry. Lots of this we can just cut out.
Yeah, and put in bloopers.
A 7-year-old had one Tish at a fair in where are we?
In 1956.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Don't make it so obvious. Do it a 7-year-old. Oh, we didn't have a moment of silence for Tish.
Damn.
We didn't have a moment of silence for Tish! And that wraps up our episode for today. That was what happened this day in history. That was so stupid.
I know. Believe me, it's gonna be great.